Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be checking out a recently released LP that's been getting a lot of attention, a lot of hype online, and has certainly tickled my fancy, as they say. That being, of course, the new Ninajirachi album, I Love My Computer. Before we get started today, I just want to say, if you want to see this album reaction, completely uncut, unedited, the full album front to back, check out the description down below. For $5 a month on my Patreon, you get every single album reaction I have done so far, unedited from this year. Going into this project, I don't really know what to expect. I know that this is the debut project from Nina. I know she's an Australian-based musician, and I know she loves her computer, given the title. And I know in interviews speaking about this, she says that computer is her whole life. She puts a lot of time in just spending time producing and making music at her computer, and it seems like that is where her love seems to stem, in which, you know, of course, she titled the album after. But other than that, I don't know what to expect here. I just want something that is high energy, I want something that is direct, and I want something that is very much of this time. So without further ado, let's get into this project. It's 12 tracks long, 39 minutes. First track here, London Song. All right, getting into the LP here, London Song, the first track. Let's go.
Do you want to listen to it? I have never been to London. And that's the truth.
I like this kind of gritty open. She's never been to London. Love the repetition. Classic EDM element.
But I'd go with you. Do you want to listen to it? We can.
Oh, right into the full-blown crunch. Love how in your face this is. Love that rapid panning there. Has a very nice smooth voice as well. Nice and squeaky clean. Love that gnarly kind of bass line we're getting throughout here. Very hypnotic, this swirling sound. Oh, I love that slow kind of sneaky rise up and fade out before clapping back into things. Very, very gradual. Love it. Very sweet.
Do you want to listen to it?
Love the bits of conversation it feels like we get here. Here's iPod Touch, which love that smooth transition we got too. So far, very high tempo, high energy project. Incredible opening. Feels very 2010 kind of coded as well. Bit of a throwback sound to it. Very cute sort of energy on this one, especially her vocals. They feel very just gentle and soft on the ear, very squeaky clean, very pitched up. I like this one a lot. We're only at the halfway mark. Oh, that glimmery little synth there. Love the very kind of industrial machine-like sound too here. So crunchy. What a metallic element this has. Love that line too. FL Studio free download in my search history. Again, feels like we're going back to her roots, like her development of who she is as a person, as a producer. Obviously, FL Studio being such a incredibly famous DAW. Very nice, like retro kind of sound to like the 2010s, but feels very futuristic at the same time. And a great, just bouncy beat. Oh, that transition to this track here, Fuck My Computer. Great title. Love just how perfect that transition was. Oh my god, this is actually spectacular, this open. Ooh, and that do you want to listen to it? Kind of re-looping back to lines from the first track. Love the consistency, the cohesiveness of the project too.
No one in the world knows me better.
Love callbacks.
My computer.
She certainly loves that computer.
It says my name.
That connection.
No one in the world does it better. I wanna
This might be the best dance track I've heard all year. Just so perfectly well layered, put together. Production's clear, it's crisp. You can hear every element. Nothing kind of muddles the mix either. Man, that's incredible. Incredible, this track. Such a terminally kind of online LP as well, which for someone like myself, my generation especially, feels very connected to this LP. Love it. Ooh. Love these looped vocals here. I feel like we are in the computer at this point. Even that scream that was so brief was glitched out in the mix. Every element heavily computerized. Yeah, Fuck My Computer. Incredible track. I feel like it is almost like a suite of sorts, these three tracks, the way they segue so smoothly from one to the next. And this track especially, that third track, Fuck My Computer, really just loops everything into one. Callbacks to the first track and kind of develops off of iPod Touch, the second track. Just a peak of those three tracks, really. Here is CSIRAC. This one's a bit more like, I was gonna say down tempo, despite the fact that the tempo is so rapid here. It's definitely a bit more of a kind of low key cut so far. Very moody. Those deeper tones. Really playing with this one notch right here.
Then came the noise.
Kind of reminds me of the back end of the Justice LP Cross, with just how kind of noisy and abrasive it is. But certainly its own thing. God, those little touches, those little detours. Oh. Such a pretty arrangement here. Very skittery. Love the back end of that track especially. It got so crunchy and overblown as it shifted. And just such a sweet and kind of glimmery melody there in the back end. Here's Delete. Also so linked into just like the kind of internet and social media culture of today. So deep in my late night feelings. It was stupid. It chose a song you like in case you saw it when I posted it. Maybe trying to appeal to a crush by posting a song that you think they'll also enjoy on your feed. You've seen it with your eyes. I want you surprised. Oh. Just from this LP alone, I am incredibly amazed at the quality of the production for a debut album like this. Knowing that it was all, from what I gather, all self-produced, really speaks to the quality and attention to detail that Nina has here, and makes me very interested to see where her career is going to go after this project, because even producing for others would be absolutely incredible to see just what she can do. Perfect, like amazing. Love this vulnerability in the lyrics. This might be the best track on the LP so far. I feel like Fuck My Computer was another incredible track to shout out. But this one here, lyrically, I feel like maybe it's because I didn't have the lyrics pulled up. They were on Spotify here. But lyrically on this track especially, I feel like they are just, very vulnerable, very raw, but still very catchy and enjoyable. And it's just such a great track. Like this has a great chant-like sort of mantra. And love that final line too that's been repeated throughout: modern, mega, digital, meta, mate and ritual. Very, of today's kind of age with the social media, digital age. Here's the next track, which is just a cat, I think. More of an acoustic-led, sweeter track, maybe. But a short one. Love that one vocal being repeated there. Do you want to listen to it? That she says. Feels very personable in a way. Let's go to the next track, All I Am. Love this rising open. Where are we going with this? Love this gradual build-up. And the clipping out. This one's, lyrically here, very simple, very accessible, but the production pulls it all together. I see why this has 2.2 million streams, the most streams on the LP. I think it is probably the most accessible to most, but maybe not as good and as strong in my opinion as Delete, but still, this is a great track. Very much like a rave energy to this one. Just such a pumped up track. Let's go into Info Hazard for this next one. Such a like internet core album. I feel like we're so online with this one. So like digitized in a way. Very dreamlike production on this one too, really matching the lyrics there with the "In My Dream" line. Such a strong like sense of nostalgia. Ooh, this deeper industrial sound. Definitely the most, probably the most repetitive of all the tracks. I do think it really starts to run its course, but I do like the more ethereal, dreamlike energy that comes through that one especially. Feels very nostalgic in a sense. Here's Battery Death. Oh. Jesus, the rapid sense of things here, the repetition is perhaps on the project so far the most overblown. I love it. I love it from a production standpoint. I think it's very well put together. And like dizzying in a way, but in a very good way. Oh. Love how diverse this section is. Kind of reminds me of something that 100 Gex would do, but pushed even further than the way they take things. Certainly a bit of a hyper pop flair on the project. Oh. Wow. Dramatically slowing things down here. What a mood shift. Let's go into Sing Good. That was an incredible track there. I love the way it broke down.
I used to look the lyrics up and Google what's a chorus. Wrote some of my own and used GarageBand to record it. Cause I can't really sing good, but I'm still gonna try it. I might even like the way it feels.
Love how vulnerable, once again on the LP, getting quite vulnerable in the lyrics here. And I really like just seeing the development of her as an artist.
Used to do the music class, they gave us an assignment to write a little song, no real rules or gear requirement. And I can't really play good, but I've got a computer and I put in the practice, so I'm just gonna use it. And I got a 40%, but I didn't care, cause it meant I knew something they didn't. I might never see them again, but I hope they're well and they like the new songs that I've written.
Surprised by the low streams on this one. It's such a nice track chronicling her development as an artist.
One day when I'm older, I might do something else, but I'll still write the stories and I'll sing them to myself. I'll sing them in the kitchen.
A very
I'll sing them when it's quiet.
wholesome
'Cause when
or
the
track.
melody is meant for me, I'm gonna find it. I said I can't really sing good, but I'm still gonna try it. If only 'cause I like the way it feels.
Wow. Insane to me that this has the lowest streams on the album, because I guess the last track has even lower, but this one should be significantly higher. I think people don't really like slower tracks. People don't love a more down-tempo appeal. You saw it on Brat by Charlie XCX. I feel like a lot of people skipped over that one track that Say Something Stupid, I think it was called, but that shorter track that was much more vulnerable and was kind of stripped back in its production. People tend to, from what I've noticed, not gravitate towards them, but I personally really enjoy these slower moments. It's a nice kind of palate cleanser, especially when you're listening to a project as incredibly dense and as layered as something like this. So I like that one, and I really liked just how kind of intimate it felt. Here's It's You. Love how like dense those synths are. Very thick. Oh. Love this choppy vocal mix. And I love the loose sense of need for love, of connection, of intimacy on the project as well. Again, it feels very kind of relatable to how disconnected people feel in today's day and age, very digital in a way, yet still yearning for a connection. Let's just transition into this machine gun like opening here of All at Once. Loved It's You. Short, sweet, direct, not much else to say. But yeah, like I said, this one, very rapid in this opening. Love that. Oh my god. This one's so like vibrating. Metallic. Oh, and certainly bizarre. Now, I understand why this has the lowest streams. Not because it's bad. It's certainly just a more bizarre, I want to say experimental sort of delivery and palette on this one. This one kind of feels like a grand finish to things, kind of wrapping up the project by, really putting it all on display to close it out. Not as structured as some of the other tracks, or as most songs really are. Really just putting it all out there as a finisher. God, that smash sound. Love that. It's like a whip. This is like a grand celebration, this ending. I love it. So full of life. Oh, God, that one. Wow. All at Once. All at Once is right for a title, because that really did feel like a huge sort of cacophony of sound, kind of chronicling the entire album's kind of thesis and style, all mashed into 5 minutes. It was so explorative. It was so massive. So many walls of sound, so many different textures, all transitioning from one to the next so smoothly, with no sort of structure to it all. It just felt like an end credits, a real celebration of the album itself, which, let's get into it. I mean, I Love My Computer by Ninajirachi. I'm going to have to get used to saying that name, but incredible. This is an amazing album for somebody who is putting out their debut project. It's very clear that she has been producing for quite some time now and just wanted to put out a project when she was fully ready to do so. And to put something out like this as your debut album really sets the bar high, because now I feel like all eyes are on her as a producer. She is so kind of maximalist in a way, so over the top with her sound. It's so clean, it's so crisp. The production's fantastic. Nothing gets muddied throughout this entire album. Everything is crystal clear, and yet there's so much going on at any given moment that you're kind of impressed by the clarity of it all. And on top of that, it's super catchy, it's super enjoyable, and at times lyrically, with a lot of dance projects and EDM projects, I feel like lyrics are something that are more secondary to the production, but I feel like Nina addresses lyrics on this album in a way that are very, in today's sort of times and politics and kind of computer-focused world. Certainly she fits it. It's very futuristic and not cyberpunk in a way, because there's not a sense of negativity towards it. It's more of an embrace and a love of technology. And I feel like lyrically, she just feels very vulnerable, very raw, and very sweet on a lot of these tracks. Delete really being the one that stands out the most. I think the lyrics are great there, but I also loved Sing Good, and I also thought Fuck My Computer was another really great one. I'll have to dig deeper into some of the lyrics that I couldn't necessarily get here, but lyrically, I think this is just as strong as the production of this LP, which is, I would say, not something that is too common for a lot of dance projects that come out nowadays. Instead of focusing on lyrics, they tend to focus primarily on production, which I have nothing against. I love a lot of great albums with, poor lyricism, but I feel like Nina here kind of does everything all very well for a debut, and it's super impressive. There are moments of the LP that I would say maybe aren't as strong. Info Hazard really was one that I felt wasn't my favorite necessarily, and even Battery Death, those two back to back, I did feel like there was maybe too much of a repetition in the sound of the album at this point. However, it's not a bad thing. It's just maybe too much of a good thing in a sense. But either way, I thought everything about this album was impressive, was futuristic, was still very raw to her as an artist, and quite sentimental as a project, and also just an incredible cover to match the aesthetic of the album. So I gotta say, this is one of the best dance albums of the year. Might be the best. I'm a big fan of the new Skrillex album that came out this year as well, even though it's technically a bunch of unreleased, tracks kind of put together. But this one might actually take the cake for best dance LP of the year for myself. But that does it for today's video. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe to follow along and listening to more albums alongside myself. If you want to see this album reaction fully unedited, or any album reaction going forward or in the past that I've done on the channel in the past year, check out my Patreon in the description. For $5 a month, you get every single album I've covered this year, completely unedited, the full reaction with all the music, so you could just enjoy it alongside myself while still getting what I have to say. But other than that, my name is Randy Joe. I appreciate you watching, and I'm signing off.